Hello guys, today we will address a major security feature which can prevent us from getting our shell. Let's assume that we were able to figure out a way to run our script successfully on the target machine. But if this corporate firewall was doing a reputation filtering, then what's gonna happen is the following. Once the client tries to initiate a session back to us, the firewall will do a lookup check on the destination IP or the destination URL, and then it will verify if this IP or this URL belong to a malicious website. Now this kind of checking is based on a pool of URL and IP that usually the firewall will download from the vendor database. So this database contains like a large list of IPs and URL, and it also contains a rank for this IP or this URL, and based on that rank the corporate firewall is gonna make a decision once it's gonna allow the traffic or deny based on the rank of that IP. So for example, let's say that the attacker machine, the attacker IP address is running on, let's say 3.3.3.3. this is our IP address. So when the session is initiated from the target and reach to the firewall is gonna check that if this IP address belongs to this pool, and if that IP was not manually whitelisted and it doesn't have a high rank, then the firewall is gonna drop that traffic and log the session to the administrator. So to overcome this, modern malware is using a trusted website to perform its malicious activity. In a previous lecture, we have seen how we can take a command from Twitter. In the next lecture, we will use Google Form to submit a text or command execution output, if you prefer to call that, then to a Google Form. Also, we will use SourceForge to upload file as our data exfiltration mechanism. The big picture here is to give you the ability to create a custom code that will use Twitter to send the command to the target machine, and then the target is going to execute this command. The output of the execution is going to be submitted to Google Form, and if we want to exfiltrate data, then we're going to use SourceForge to upload that file to our repository on SourceForge. Notice in this scenario we don't have a direct communication between the target and the Kali, and all these websites are trusted in the corporate firewall. Okay guys, I hope that this lecture has been informative for you, and thanks for watching.